Are you planning your next vacation and not sure where to go? We've all been there. Scrolling through endless reviews, photos, and blogs, trying to figure out if a city is worth your time, energy, and hard-earned money. That's where we come in. In today's video, we'll show you highlights of the beautiful city of Malaga in Spain. Think of it as your quick, no-nonsense guide to discovering whether this destination is your next dream getaway or just another pin on the map. Here are some interesting facts that you probably didn't know. Malaga, the sun-soaked gem of Spain's Costa del Sol, is the place to visit if you love history, beaches, and food that'll make you feel like royalty. It's one of the oldest cities in Europe, founded by the Phoenicians way back in 770 BC, which means it has been around long enough to remember when sandals were really the only option for footwear. Malaga has a seriously impressive cathedral, which is so grand it's often called La Manquita, because it only has one tower. Apparently, the second tower was left unfinished because they ran out of money. But hey, you gotta love a church that gives you the excuse to say, "I'm sorry, we're still working on it." When you see the stunning interior, you'll forgive them for the lack of symmetry. Malaga is, of course, famous for being the birthplace of Pablo Picasso. Yes, the man who took a perfectly normal face and turned it into a jumbled mess of eyes, noses, and geometry. Born in 1881, Picasso was destined to change the world of art forever. His home has been turned into a museum, and if you ever wander in, you can see the early sketches that were probably more abstract than your last attempt at drawing a stick figure. You know, the ones where your artistic vision looks suspiciously like a potato? If you think this video is worth your time, please show some love and hit this like button. It only takes a second, but it will make a huge difference and will be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Oh, and speaking of history, Malaga is home to two stunning fortresses that will make you feel like you're stepping straight into a medieval fantasy. The Alcazaba, a beautifully preserved Moorish palace, is a fortress that, at one point, was so well fortified, it practically dared invaders to try. Then there's Gibraltar, which sits on a hilltop with views so spectacular, they'll make you wonder if you're actually looking at a painting. So, if you're into history, beautiful architecture, and feeling like royalty, these two fortresses are a must-see. Semana Santa, or Holy Week, in Malaga is an absolute spectacle. Forget your typical Easter Sunday service. Imagine grand parades, elaborate floats, and music that fills the streets like a flash mob on steroids. It's a week-long extravaganza where locals take their religious celebrations seriously, like, really seriously, filling the streets with candlelight, incense, and so much tradition it could give you chills. If you ever attend, you might feel like you've walked straight into an ancient film set, minus the special effects. Speaking of festivals, let me tell you about Furia de Malaga. This week-long event is like Spain's version of a carnival, but with more flamenco, more dancing, and more wine than you can shake a castanet at. Locals dress in traditional costumes, you'll hear music everywhere, and there's enough food and drink to fuel you for days. If you want to see how a city celebrates summer, this festival will give you all the energy you need, plus a dance move or two you never knew you had. This video wouldn't be possible without viewers like you. A simple like goes a long way. And it means the world to us. Thank you so much. Did you know Malaga has over 30 museums? That's right, 30. Forget the average city where you're lucky to find one decent museum. Malaga has a museum for every possible interest: art, history, science, and even wine. The Centre Pompidou Malaga is part of the famous Parisian museum network, but in Malaga, it's housed in a huge cube-shaped building that looks like it's about to burst with art. So if you want to get cultured, or just look super intelligent on Instagram, Malaga has your back. And don't forget about Malaga's epic food scene. We're talking fresh seafood, tapas, and a local delicacy called gazpachuelo, a soup made from fish, potatoes, and a mayo-based broth. Sounds odd, right? But trust me, it's a flavor explosion that'll make you wonder why you ever thought soup couldn't be both weird and wonderful at the same time. And of course, you can wash it all down with Malaga's world-renowned sweet wine, which is essentially sunshine in a bottle. But drink responsibly, unless you're ready to sing flamenco. Have you ever walked through a gorge on a cliffside path? The Caminito del Rey is one of Spain's most exciting, and terrifying, hiking paths. Once known as the Path of Death, yes, really, it's been totally renovated to give you the thrill of a lifetime. You'll be walking along narrow walkways that cling to the side of a cliff, staring down at the spectacular gorge below you. It's like nature's roller coaster, except you get to work off all those tapas. Malaga has a climate so perfect, you might think it's been blessed by the sun gods themselves. The city enjoys over 300 sunny days a year, making it a prime destination for those who like their weather with a side of sunshine. The winters are mild and the summers are hot, but don't worry, you can always cool off with a dip in the Mediterranean or a cocktail in hand. Locals even say, in Malaga, it's always spring. Which is why we call it a permanent vacation destination. Malaga's bullfighting arena, La Malagueta, is not just for watching bulls do their thing, it's also an important part of the city's cultural heritage. If you're curious about the history of bullfighting, or just want to see some impressive architecture, this place will give you all the facts, and plenty of photo ops. But don't worry, no bulls were harmed in the making of these tourist experiences. Just your wallet, as you pay for tickets. Let's talk about Malaga's unique architecture. The city is home to a stunning mix of old-world Moorish buildings, Roman ruins, and modernist designs. The blend is so seamless, it's like the city can't decide if it's stuck in the past or racing ahead into the future. It's one of the few cities where you'll see a 2,000-year-old Roman theater nestled next to a futuristic museum, and somehow, it all works. If you love architecture, bring your camera, and some extra storage space. Malaga isn't just a city of history, it's also a city of future innovation. The city is investing in green spaces and sustainable projects, which means you can stroll through modern parks and plazas while feeling like you're contributing to saving the planet, one walk at a time. Even the public transport is eco-friendly, with electric buses zipping you around the city without the need for any guilt trips. It's like the future, but with more tapas. Malaga's nightlife is legendary. Whether you're into chic rooftop bars, cozy tavernas, or flamenco shows that will make you want to snap your fingers and shout olé, Malaga has something for everyone. The city comes alive at night, with locals and tourists alike hitting the streets to enjoy a glass of wine, or two, dance, and take in the vibe. By the end of the night, you'll feel like you've joined the real Malaga family. Malaga's famous street art scene is not to be overlooked. Wander the city, and you'll find colorful murals, quirky graffiti, and installations that are as creative as Picasso's abstract paintings. It's like walking through an outdoor art gallery, except this gallery might have a couple of pigeons and a tourist trying to take the perfect selfie. Welcome to Mercado Central, the beating heart of Malaga's food scene, where every corner bursts with colors, smells, and sounds that will make your taste buds do a happy dance. This isn't just any market. This is the ultimate foodie paradise, a place where fresh fish practically flops out of the ocean and onto your plate, where fruits shine so bright they make your grandma's heirloom tomatoes look sad, and where every stall is practically begging you to sample its goodies. Imagine a place where the locals greet you with a smile and they're giving you a generous bites to try. It's that kind of place. But wait, let's back up. Picture this, you walk into Mercado Central, and bam, you're hit with a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Think of a grocery store, but throw in the energy of a carnival and the excitement of a treasure hunt. From plump tomatoes that look like they could win a beauty contest, to the crispiest, juiciest oranges you'll ever sink your teeth into, this market is basically what heaven smells like. If heaven smells like garlic and fresh seafood, every aisle you stroll down is a new adventure. One minute you're admiring the gleaming fish, and the next, you're sipping fresh squeezed juice so good it might just bring tears to your eyes. Don't say we didn't warn you. The market itself? Oh, it's got a bit of history too. This isn't just some building where you buy your bananas and baguettes. Originally built in the 14th century as a naval workshop for the Moors, the place is as old as your grandpa's jokes, but with a modern twist. The stunning glass and iron structure that you see today was added in the 19th century, and it's like someone combined an old-school European train station with an epic food court. It's like if a vintage shopping mall and a Michelin-starred restaurant had a baby. So, whether you're on a quest to find the juiciest Spanish jamón or you're just here for the Instagram photos, Mercado Central is ready to give you a full-on culinary experience that you will never forget. And finally, let's talk about Malaga's Mediterranean lifestyle. The relaxed pace of life here is contagious. Between the siestas, the late-night dinners, and the laid-back attitude, you'll feel like your stress levels have just vanished, poof, like magic. The city's attitude towards life is summed up in a single word: tranquilo. So, slow down, sip some sangria, and let Malaga teach you how to enjoy life. And now, if you still haven't pushed the like button, please, don't be that person who watches an entire video and leaves without liking it. That's like eating at a restaurant and not tipping the chef. Click like, it's your way of saying, compliments to the content creator. Thank you for watching. And see you next time.